Hello everyone, and welcome to this unboxing video for Kingdom Death's Pinups of Death 1. Woo! So, as a quick note before I get into this plus the other 4 pinup videos, yes, there's 5 of these in total, are Kingdom Death videos in which that warning at the beginning of the video is even more relevant. I don't know if these would actually qualify as not safe for work. Some of them may, some of them may not, but keep in mind, they probably are not safe for work. This is the kind of stuff that playing this game might lead to. Thus that warning at the beginning. Also, you know, the gore, violence, and monsters doing horrible things. Alright, regardless, let's get to this. So, Pinups of Death 1 and 2 have existed since the first Kickstarter, if I'm correct. But I don't believe were actual boxes like this. Like, the models were just part of the Kickstarter. 3 through 5, in fact, not even originally 5, were part of the second Kickstarter. 5 just kind of ended up being a post-campaign feature bloat. Also, this is the only one that's black. I don't know why. The rest are, you know, the normal white box model light. And a lot bigger, too. Alright, regardless, let's get to this. So, all of these come with some sort of mechanics, although a lot of them are not usable. Some of them are just alternate art cards to certain things. I believe this one comes with usable mechanics. There's a piece of styrofoam in the top. No idea why. An envelope, which is probably the mechanics, and then all these figures. Because, yeah, all of these are just like a collection of 8 or more figures, if I'm correct. So, let's get to the envelope first, which should be the mechanics and any other stuff. Ooh, it's actually stuck closed. There was another thing with an envelope, I believe, that was just like, oh, this is kind of just here and folded down to keep stuff from getting ruined. Oh, it's also a bunch of small art cards, too. I didn't think where are the art cards. Surprised there's only small ones. But, again, this is from earlier in Kingdom Death's life cycle. So, the mechanical stuff is Strange Spot. Yeah, that sounds weird and supposed to, because everything in this is cheeky as can be. But it's just a settlement event. The starting survivors are in the background, and I believe that's supposed to be one of the male starting survivors, now forced to wear the cursed Belt of Gender Swap, which comes from this. Bunch of different stuff. The water even looks like it's made out of hands in the process. This is the same image from the cover, and it is the only item that comes in it. So this is all the mechanical stuff for the first one. Then we've got the various small art cards, including a thank you card in one of them. I don't know what many of these are off the top of my head. Oh, they say. The text was just really hard to see. So we've got Survivor Aya. They all say pinup to begin with. Aya is kind of the mascot of the series besides the starting survivors. Then we've got the Preacher. Great Game Hunter, which I don't have any version of, I believe. Pinup Twilight Knight, which is the only one that I believe I have, because she's the only one that sells separately, I believe. It might be a different model. I'll be able to take a look as I go through these. And she came with separate mechanics. Just as cheeky. The Pinup Forsaker, aka the same thing as the Butcher, and there is a Pinup Butcher now, too. There is the thank you card. Ooh, and it's got Kingdom Death on the back. Inspired by mid-20th century pinup art, these playful, feminine reinterpretations help support the project's creative development. It says Kingdom Death on the back with the regular Twilight Knight, a nightmare horror version supported by loving fans and a range of boutique miniatures, which is, yeah, basically that. The Savior. White Speaker, they don't really get all that pin-up-y. This is kind of actually what they normally look like. If anything, it's probably more her pose. And the Architect. So, all of these, to my knowledge, are single-space models, hopefully with enough tops and bottoms for their bases, unlike the Satan box, which I just opened before this, and oh yeah, that only had enough for one of each version, so 2 as opposed to 4. For once, the whole peg holes and everything with the sprues is actually useful for packaging. Let's see here. Yes, there are 8 bases, and then we have all 8 models. They are individually labeled. They have their names right here. So here we have the Savior, Great Game Hunter, Twilight Knight, which is definitely a different pose, if not entirely different model, and the Survivor, who also has a bunch of different face options. The Savior has multiple different leg options, I believe 2 different sets. Otherwise, that is everything for that sprue. And then for the second sprue, we've got the Preacher, the White Speaker, the Architect, and the Forsaker. And the only thing with multiple options that I see over here is that the Preacher has a face with and without glasses. Although that's the back of her head. Because it's always weird how they do these. The Forsaker even has boots like the Butcher. There we go. So, that's everything. Just a bunch of art cards, minimal game components, 8 models, all sultry or whatever you want to refer to it as. Nothing too gratuitous, thankfully. I do know that some of the later ones will be, especially the male pinups in 3, 4, and 5. Yes, they finally started doing men, and again, there's a funny reason as to why they weren't able to do that, or really didn't. They were always able to, but didn't do it to begin with. And it's basically summarized as lack of high quality artists that they could get to do it. The reason why they couldn't get them to do it was funny. Regardless, that's everything this time around. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to press the like button. If you think somebody else will enjoy this video, feel free to share it. Either way, you'll help this video get seen more. If you didn't like this video, go and press the dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a constructive comment as to why. Also, feel free to comment in general, such as, would you like to see any of these painted sooner rather than later, or just a mass assembly video or something along those lines? Would you like to see more painting videos from this game, or from my channel in general? Or would you like to see more of my detailed overviews? Which is still in the works, but again, a lot of work to do with that, and a lot of work in the way of getting to that. If you'd like to see anything else like this, be it my unboxing videos, my board game overviews, my painting videos, all 3 of which I do for Kingdom Death, and anything else you might want to see on this channel, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.